has the right to nullify that decision. But I do think he's hinting at the ways in which the president's use of this power, does undermine his own Department of Justice.
What do you think, Professor?
Yeah, it's remarkable. Usually when people have pardons like this, they show more appreciation rather than anger. So it's pretty remarkable. There's also the vengeance aspect of going after Preet Bharara. Notice Comey was also one of the prosecutors involved with another one of these prosecutions of Martha Stewart. So there's that angle. I do want to suggest that these could be challenged. If one of these potential defendants, like let's say Donald Trump Jr. or Manafort or Michael Cohen, goes into court and says, I have a pardon, I think that there is standing for a prosecutor to say these pardons are not valid, to make this constitutional argument to a judge, and for a judge to agree that those pardons are not valid. So there is a potential step-by-step constitutional argument to watch for if Trump is playing this out to use these pardons unfaithfully.
That could wind up before the U.S. Supreme Court, as we all know as well. Professor Sugarman, thanks so much for joining us. Susan, you'll be back. Thanks to you as well. Up next, more breaking news. North Korea's former spy chief, right-hand man to Kim Jong-un, will deliver a letter from the dictator to President Trump. Are the two sides...
Breaking news in our politics, lead comedian Samantha Bee this afternoon said she deeply regrets making an offensive remark about first daughter Ivanka Trump. This was in the context of a segment she did about children being taken away from their parents of undocumented immigrants on her TBS show Full Frontal last night.
Let me just say, one mother to another, do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless. He listens to you.
Bee using the C word there. She described the comment late this afternoon on Twitter as, quote, inappropriate and inexcusable, adding that she crossed a line and apologized to Ivanka Trump. The White House blasted Bee's attack on Ivanka, calling it vile and vicious, adding, quote, executives at Time Warner and TBS must demonstrate that such explicit profanity about female members of this administration will not be condoned on its network. TBS, which is, of course, a subsidiary of Time Warner, which is CNN's parent company, said in a statement, quote, Samantha Bee has taken the right action in apologizing for the vile and inappropriate language she used about Ivanka Trump last night. Those words should not have been aired. It was our mistake too, and we regret it. CNN Politics senior writer Juana Summers joins our political panel. And Juana, what's your reaction to all this?
You know, I agree. Frankly, the comments were shocking and offensive and inappropriate, and they shouldn't have been said, Jake. What I think is really interesting is this comes in this moment where we're also having these comments about, frankly, the racist comments that Roseanne Barr made regarding Valerie Jarrett, who's a former Obama advisor. And I think we have to be careful not to put the two together. I think our friend Brian Seltzer said it well earlier today. You know, what Roseanne Barr said about Valerie Jarrett was racist. What was said about Ivanka Trump by Samantha Bee on her show was hateful. And I think that there is some space between the two. We're talking about two different things here. The fact of the matter is neither one of them should have ever been said. They're both inappropriate.
Kirsten?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think there has been this conflating. So I'll say, first of all, I tweeted this. I don't think Samantha Bee should have said this. I think it's actually misogynist when